So I'm going to show you guys how to do pedicures the most efficient way. So I'm showing you here a set of Hue Do Hue, which is all 8. When you buy a package, there's 2 sets of 8. And then what I have left down here is what I had used on my nails last time I did the manicure. So I had this big one left, I had this middle, and I had a pinky. And then I had used a blue accent color for my ring finger. So normally you would use 5 of the 8 to do all 10 nails unless you do like an accent color. So I have already gone ahead and kind of gotten my toes ready. So I've already, I took a shower and then I pushed my cuticles back and kind of trimmed them and trimmed my nails and kind of filed everything down. So now what I need to do is just prep with the alcohol wipe. So I'm going to do that. And by the way, the last time I did my pedicure, it lasted 5 weeks. I'm probably going to change this color before that because it's not my favorite, but it's what I have available. I have a lot of the Hue Do Hue left over, and I really did like it on my fingers. So maybe I like it better on my toes than I would have thought. Okay, so everything is alcoholed. I'm going to start with the largest one. I'm going to remove the clear layer, and then I'm going to remove the back part, and then I'm just going to lay it over my toe. And remember, if it's not straight, you can take it off. And my toenails are not perfectly straight. And this one's maybe just a tad too narrow. So remember, you can gently stretch them out. Don't stretch too much because you don't want to rip it or make it thin in certain areas. Definitely is easier to do my fingers than my toes. But if it's going to last 5 weeks every time, I think I can handle that. Okay, I'm going to have to trim a little bit at the bottom. I'm just going to keep pressing it down. And then I'm going to use my thumbnail to pull off the extra. And then I'm going to go and do the other side. So this is just garbage. So sometimes when I pull that tab off, it leaves like these little extra little kind of strands. So I like to kind of pull those off so it looks clean on my toe. And I accidentally folded it over. Uh-oh. All right, well, let's see if it works. I'm going to stretch it a little in both directions. This one actually fits better on this toe than it did the other. But I don't know what those little bitty bumps are in there. It might be just my toenail. And then I'm just going to use my thumb to trim it off. And then there's the extra garbage. And I'll come back and fix them later. But for now, so we've got 2 toes, big toes done. So now I'm going to use the pinky one. Actually, since it's a different color, it's purples and reds instead of the yellow and orange, I think I'm going to go ahead and use this. And I want my toenails to match. So I'm going to, instead of going to the next one, I'm going to flip it around and use the other side on my other next toe. All right, and then I'm going to stretch it out a little and just line the middle curve. So see, there's this extra curve part down here. I don't care if it's messy now, I will fix it. So now I'm going to go back to the other side. See how I'm just rotating back and forth? And I actually have enough here to do this pinky. But I want it to match my other pinky, so I'm going to save it. Let's see, this is the slick side. Yeah, so I'm just going to save that in case I need it. Because I have a whole nother strip here to do those last 4, which is more than enough. So if you have any little girls around the house, their little fingernails are almost as wide or as thick as our little toenails, like this. So you can make 2 nail strips stretch really far. I have so much left over. I mean, I could do an accent nail. If I had like solid color and then I wanted to do one accent nail to match my toes, I could do that. So I don't want that yellow because I have that. I want that middle red. So I'm going to take some scissors and I'm just going to kind of trim off this part. For my little pinky toe, which is like hardly anything. You can see I'm just using my thumb to kind of shape around. So I've got the tops pretty good, but I still have all this extra stuff, right? It looks pretty horrible. On Mother's Day when I was doing my toes, this is pretty much what it looked like when my mom stopped by and I was embarrassed. and I didn't want her to see my feet unfinished because I had not been doing this that long. But anyways, so now you can use whatever. You can use your fingernails, or I kind of like to use like maybe a tool or the end of a file, something like that to kind of shape around. So I'm just gonna kind of press off that extra. This white is not real forgiving. That's why I like the glitters. I feel like they hide some of the little imperfections a little better. See, I had a little bit of extra at the top, so I can just file that off. And I want to kind of press that under my cuticle so you can't see the edges. I will say doing toes is a lot more work than doing your fingernails. I did my fingernails literally in the car in 15 minutes on the way to a party the other day. So quick and easy. This, you know, because you're fitting much wider stickers on much narrower spaces, you got to do a little bit more trimming. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully that's pretty in focus. And just kind of press them in a little bit better. And then remember, you don't want to get them wet for about 6 hours so they will keep curing. All right, so now let's fix this one.